In this video, I will be talking about stocks and or money management. Please keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. The strategies and the money decisions that I implement are based on my personal financial situation and my goals. How I decide to invest and manage my money may not be the correct strategy for you. You should not take anything said during this video or on the website www.wealtheinspiredstudenteducation.com as financial advice. Always do your own research before making any financial decisions. Hello, welcome back. So today's video, I wanted to talk about people getting started in investing, and it's really challenging, especially when the market's doing well, to hear all the advice from so many different people and trying to figure out like what should you invest in. I mean, there are literally thousands of companies out there. And then on top of that, you throw in now with the crypto coins, and everyone's talking about the different coins and the Ethereums and the Cardanos and the Doge coins and between all that stuff and all the different companies you can be investing in, and people are like, oh, you could do GMAI. They're gonna making some wax that you put on your toes and it makes your fungal infections go away forever. Like there's so much stuff out there that it's a little daunting when you get started. It's like, what exactly am I looking for? What am I looking at? And what should I invest in? And what I will tell you, my advice is, when you start investing, especially in the stock market, is you should invest in whatever interests you and pick a field, something that interests you. If you're into the arts, then look into companies that make art equipment, or that make or that support art, or that the theaters, or anything along those lines. If you're really into the reason I got my cars back here, I really am into Tesla. Like, I was into Tesla way before I started investing in Tesla, and I would watch YouTube videos. I would watch all kinds of stuff about Tesla. I went to work for them before I even had any stock in them. The only reason I had the stock in them is because they gave me free stock, and I was like, all right, I want to buy some more on my own on top of this. So I could watch hours and hours and hours, and I've literally watched hours and hours and hours and hundreds of hours about Tesla, what they're doing, how they're doing it, how they're affecting it, the different markets they're going into, their financials. I've listened to the bears, the people who are against Tesla, and what their arguments are. Like, I've listened to it all, and so because I'm into it, and that's why I'm buy stocks like FUV or Komodo, and I buy stocks like CleanSpark, and I buy Workhorse, and I know all these stocks, Hyliion, like all these EV stocks and battery stocks and charging stocks, because it's what I'm into. I also have stocks I have Enphase, which is an inverter. I know Solar Edge. I'm invested in that. So because I'm really into renewable energy, so I can watch this stuff for days. Like, I made a ton of money on Enphase because I knew they were at like $60, and the other inverter, their competition, and Solar Edge at the time was at like $200. I was like, I know what our company uses. I know what a lot of other companies are. So it was an easy idea for me, but I wouldn't expect someone who isn't in the solar business to invest in Enphase. And if I tried to explain it to somebody else, it might be a good idea. I mean, it obviously was a good idea. The stock went from $60 to $200, right? So I would have been right, but that stock might not be right for you, just because you don't know what the heck it is. And even if you bought it and you made money on the stock, how are you going to have conviction if it goes down? All right. Like today, like Tesla went from, it was 880 at the beginning of this week, and now it's at 785. So when it drops 100 points, and I've 126 shares, so what is that? $1,260 or $12,000? I don't know, whatever it is. However much I lost, I don't care, because I'm so invested in Tesla, because I understand the company on a really high level. And by the way, it's not just like I only invest in the companies that are good. Like, I have puts on Nikola because I understand that company is bad, right? As far as my research. So for you investing in what I'm investing in, unless you're going to take the time, unless you're really interested in those things. So if somebody starts telling you, oh, you got to get into this stock, blah, blah, blah. My question is, I was just having a conversation with a good friend of mine who's like, you got to get into this stock. And I was like, well, what does it do? And he's like, it's really, they're going to be doing this thing with acne cream and blah, blah, blah. And it's really good for people with this and this. And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to invest in it. I'm not even going to research it. And it's not that I don't think it's going to be a good stock. It's just I don't have time. I can't research every single company that every single person brings up to me. I told them if you research it and it's something that you want to look into, then and you can have conviction in it, more power to you. I hope it does well. I hope you come to me and say you should listen to me. But I just don't have the bandwidth, and nobody has the bandwidth. No one has the bandwidth. There's no way you can be investing. Your portfolio, the less stocks are in your portfolio, the better. All right. If I see someone with like 30, 40, 50 stocks in their portfolio, then it's just and they're ranging from ridiculous, like from all kinds of different fields and whatnot. Like if you looked at my portfolio, actually, I think I have it up here. All right, hold on. Yeah, I got it right in the background. Hold on. Share my screen here. All right, so here I have it up. So here's the stocks that I'm invested in. FUV, Arcimoto. Uh, this is I have a couple of different accounts. So this is one of the accounts that I have. So this one was bought in at 12. It's up to 20. All right. But that's an electric motor company. Nikola, I just talked about a second ago. Peloton, not an electric company, but if you don't know what Peloton is, whatever. Solo, electric car company. Tesla, electric car company. Workhorse, electric car company. Let me go to. Hold on a second. I am going to open up my other account where I have more stocks in it. By the way, that's the account that I have over, $90,000 and that's the one I have most of my Tesla stock in. But you saw, other than Peloton, every single one is a company that's involved in, that's my more long-term account. Let me get my short-term account up. Hold on a second. Not that you guys could even see my, all right. Save. Share. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Come on, Irene. This account was at $20,000 literally 4 days ago, and now it's down to 14. I don't know if I look worried, but I'm not. And it's just been a bad week in the stock market this week. So what? I got to buy more. I bought another share of Tesla while it was going down. All right, so this is like the one I have most of. You'll see I have a lot of 1 and 3 and 2 and a couple of, but even like I have 430 of these, but I bought it at 72 cents. But let's go through. So Dropbox is not an automotive company, but so this one I have some that are, but I'm really into Dropbox. I use Dropbox, which is why I bought it. Facebook, I use Facebook, but I only have one share of Facebook. That was one of the things I bought right off the bat. FUV, I already talked about them. MFC is a financial company. I bought this one simply for the dividend, and I was trying to learn dividend stocks, which is why that's there. I probably will sell this and buy it again and put it in my dividend. MP Materials. All right, so you'll see it's been at 12. It was at $12. I should have bought more. I only bought 8 shares. Now it's up to 42. All right. What is MP Materials? MP Materials is a mining company that mines the minerals that go into batteries. All right. Which I'm into electric cars. So it's not like I just have to invest in electric car stock. I'm investing in everything that has to do with electric cars, right? Because or basically renewable energy in general. So that I made a lot of money off of, because I'm like, look, if these cars are going to be made, they're going to have to mine these materials. I went and looked up what mining companies um, mine these materials, and that's how I was able to find that stock. All right, Nikola, as I told you, I'm betting on them going down. Novonix, same thing. They're an Australian battery company that's going to be making batteries for all kinds of different military installations. So again, looking to battery stocks, right? Planet HF, that's my what is it called? Michael Jackson stock, and I bought the Michael Jackson stock just simply because I know that the federal laws are going to change, and I wanted to get into a Michael Jackson stock. So that's what's buying there. So I bought in 20 at $1.70. I bought in another 45 when it got up to $6. So I'm still going up on that. That's a long-term play. Even though I don't partake in Michael Jackson, I have nothing against it, and I really think that that's going to be something. So I just looked into what are anyway. Yeah, Square. I use Square. I use Cash App. It's one of the ones I use. I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to have actual Cash App, what's the company that owns Cash App? It was Square. I bought Square. I actually sold a bunch of this, so I've made money on it. I had more shares than two, but I made some money on that. Tesla, we already know about. TSNP. Is so I don't really want to get into Bitcoin, but I hear a lot of things about Bitcoin. I also buy in the companies that I believe are doing great things. So I think TSMP is going to be doing some great things to help people in underdeveloped nations be able to send money back and forth. They're going to be doing it through Bitcoin. It's a cool thing. TSMP is going to be converting into Humble. So I bought that, as you can see. Now, but I bought it a couple times. I sold it a couple times. I bought in at like 39 cents was like the lowest. So this is my average price. You'll see here. Do. And you'll see I bought it 35 cents, 59 cents, $1.80, $1.35, $1. I've been buying it up and down and selling some of it to take some profits on that one. But again, a company that I believed in. Walgreens, WBA. I shop at Walgreens. I have a Walgreens card. I found out Walgreens also gives a good dividend, so I bought Walgreens because I use it. And Workhorse, right? So other than the Jack Jackson, Dropbox, like Facebook, I still have Facebook. I use Facebook, and maybe MFC. Every other one here I use. I'm either a part of, or I use, or I know about, or I've been researching. So again, you can't be all over the place. You don't have enough bandwidth to know if you have stocks in 15 different fields that you don't know anything about. There's no way that you're actually putting in the time and the due diligence to really understand the company to be investing in it. Right? When you invest in a company, you are you are a owner. You're a part owner of a company. Could you imagine being an owner of a company and not really understanding what's going on with the company? It's called an absentee owner, right? So you don't want to be an absentee owner because you don't want to be um, a mile wide and inch deep in your understanding of these companies. You want to be a mile deep and an inch wide, and you want to know everything that's going on, because your goal is to be in the company before it becomes big. If somebody's telling you, hey, this just went up 40 points last week, blah 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 blah, you're too late. It already went up. Okay, could it go up more? Yes, but the idea is you don't want to be late to the party, right? Because what goes up must come down, right? So now it doesn't mean it's going to come immediately down. It just means you're late to the party. You don't want to be there when your friends are telling you how great it is. You want to be there before. You want to be the person telling other people how much you made. You want to be in MP materials that you saw there way before, because you're looking into the future. You're not looking at today. Today doesn't matter. What's going to happen next week, next month, next year, 5 years, 10 years from now? What will this company look like? That's what you're investing for. That's what you want to do. So invest in what you know. If you really like sneakers, invest in sneaker companies. If you're really into medicine, invest in pharmaceutical companies. If you're really into whatever you know, whatever you're going to spend the time in, invest what you know. And that's that's all I got to say about it. If you would like to support me and the channel and would like to get up to 4 free stocks, you can sign up with Weeble so you can start your stock investing. There should be a link below or on the WISE website. You get 2 stocks just for opening an account, and you get 2 more stocks for funding it with $100. So you can get some pretty cool stocks for free, and I hope all of your investments are wise ones.